policy across the network. Once upon a time, the network was simple. We had one network for all users and applications with a clear perimeter, so securing this network was also simple. A firewall at the perimeter was all you needed. But then came globalization, cloud, mobility, and IoT. Applications, data, and servers began migrating to the cloud. Mobile access and BYOD became standard practice. The perimeter dissolved, and the network's simple form was broken. Managing this perimeterless network has forced IT teams to maintain multiple point solutions and manage complex policies and unnatural topologies. The simplicity of the past was replaced with great complexity. Cato Networks is rethinking networking and security from the ground up and bringing it to the cloud. That's why Kato first reestablishes the network perimeter in the cloud, so the network is simple once again, and only then secures it. Let's take a closer look. Kato is made up of two parts. The Kato Cloud Network is an optimized encrypted network of POPs that span the entire globe, connecting all locations, cloud resources, and mobile users together. A simple network is also simpler to secure. Kato offers a wide range of enterprise-grade network security services. These include next-generation firewall VPN, secure web gateway, advanced threat prevention, secure cloud and mobile access, network forensics. Kato enforces a unified security policy across the network. Once upon a time, the network was simple. We had one network for all users and applications with a clear perimeter, so securing this network was also simple. A firewall at the perimeter was all you needed. But then came globalization, cloud, mobility, and IoT. Applications, data, and servers began migrating to the cloud. Mobile access and BYOD became standard practice. The perimeter dissolved, and the network's simple form was broken. Managing this perimeterless network has forced IT teams to maintain multiple point solutions and manage complex policies and unnatural topologies. The simplicity of the past was replaced with great complexity. Cato Networks is rethinking networking and security from the ground up and bringing it to the cloud. That's why Kato first reestablishes the network perimeter in the cloud, so the network is simple once again, and only then secures it. Let's take a closer look. Kato is made up of two parts. The Kato Cloud Network is an optimized encrypted network of POPs that span the entire globe, connecting all locations, cloud resources, and mobile users together. A simple network is also simpler to secure.
Cato offers a wide range of enterprise-grade network security services. These include next-generation firewall VPN, secure web gateway, advanced threat prevention, secure cloud and mobile access, network forensics.
Kato enforces a unified security policy across the network. Once upon a time, the network was simple. We had one network for all users and applications with a clear perimeter, so securing this network was also simple. A firewall at the perimeter was all you needed. But then came globalization, cloud, mobility, and IoT. Applications, data, and servers began migrating to the cloud. Mobile access and BYOD became standard practice. The perimeter dissolved, and the network's simple form was broken.
Managing this perimeterless network has forced IT teams to maintain multiple point solutions
and manage complex policies and unnatural topologies.
The simplicity of the past was replaced with great complexity. Cato Networks is rethinking networking and security from the ground up and bringing it to the cloud.
That's why Kato first reestablishes the network perimeter in the cloud, so the network is simple once again, and only then secures it. Let's take a closer look. Kato is made up of two parts. The Kato Cloud Network is an optimized encrypted network of POPs that span the entire globe, connecting all locations, cloud resources, and mobile users together. A simple network is also simpler to secure.
Kato offers a wide range of enterprise-grade network security services. These include next-generation firewall VPN, secure web gateway, advanced threat prevention, secure cloud and mobile access, network forensics.
Kato enforces a unified security policy across the network. Once upon a time, the network was simple. We had one network for all users and applications with a clear perimeter, so securing this network was also simple. A firewall at the perimeter was all you needed. But then came globalization, cloud, mobility, and IoT. Applications, data, and servers began migrating to the cloud. Mobile access and BYOD became standard practice. The perimeter dissolved, and the network's simple form was broken.
Managing this perimeterless network has forced IT teams to maintain multiple point solutions
and manage complex policies and unnatural topologies.
The simplicity of the past was replaced with great complexity. Cato Networks is rethinking networking and security from the ground up and bringing it to the cloud.
That's why Kato first reestablishes the network perimeter in the cloud, so the network is simple once again, and only then secures it. Let's take a closer look. Kato is made up of two parts. The Cato Cloud Network is an optimized encrypted network of POPs that span the entire globe, connecting all locations, cloud resources, and mobile users together. A simple network is also simpler to secure.
Kato offers a wide range of enterprise-grade network security services. These include next-generation firewall VPN, secure web gateway, advanced threat prevention, secure cloud and mobile access, network forensics.
Cato enforces a unified security policy across the network. Once upon a time, the network was simple. We had one network for all users and applications with a clear perimeter, so securing this network was also simple. A firewall at the perimeter was all you needed. But then came globalization, cloud, mobility, and IoT. Applications, data, and servers began migrating to the cloud. Mobile access and BYOD became standard practice. The perimeter dissolved, and the network's simple form was broken.
Managing this perimeterless network has forced IT teams to maintain multiple point solutions
and manage complex policies and unnatural topologies.
The simplicity of the past was replaced with great complexity. Cato Networks is rethinking networking and security from the ground up and bringing it to the cloud.
That's why Cato first reestablishes the network perimeter in the cloud, so the network is simple once again.
Apart from, all of you, here, we are also doing a live podcast. So, I would like to say thank you for all those attending the event, using our online media. It's a privilege, an honor to have Mr. Sri Naidu, VP of Cato APJ, and more importantly, Shlomo Kramer, come from a long way, sharing us the latest update on Cato. So without further delay, I will pass the mic to Sri.
Hey Raymond, thank you very much. It's pretty exciting. We've never done a live Facebook type feed presentation to partners, and then hopefully reaching end users to understand something that's absolutely revolutionary for the world, for partners and everything else. And as Raymond said, today we have the absolute honor to have someone that we call upon as the visionary of the whole cybersecurity space. While Advance has coined him the godfather of security, I do believe that he's a lot more than that. I think he's a visionary, someone that supports the whole ecosystem and supports great partners like Advance. Today wouldn't be possible without Advance, a relationship that Shlomo has had with Advance for a very long time, enabling end users to first be secured on the application level, data level. And today, Shlomo is going to take some time to really introduce to you what I think is not just revolutionizing the fact that you don't need MPLS anymore, the fact that you have a 6-in-1 infrastructure for you, but the fact that the whole security space and for security resellers, the whole environment is changing. You can evolve yourself to be able to deliver to your customers connectivity, security, all the aspects that were so complicated. Shlomo is going to give you that presentation about the company he has founded that simplifies this whole message, simplifies the whole integration, allows the reseller network to be able to go out there and do more for your customers. You know, that's really, truly the message today. I'm glad that it's going to be live. I'm so thankful that Advance has put it together. I'm even more thankful that 2 days before the end of Chinese New Year that you've taken time out to be here with us. Thank you so much. We had the opportunity to see the lion dance, but I think this is a more amazing platform to see resellers like yourselves know that times of change are coming, that your customers want simplicity. Your customers do want to see how you can reduce your costs. Topics that Shlomo is going to cover, and topics about why Kato has been in its 1.5 years of going live. It's a 3-year company that the team is going to celebrate next week. But the 1.5 years, we have amazing use cases. We've helped large organizations, medium, small, become better equipped to reduce their costs and improve their connectivity as we grow. We've got amazing references here in Hong Kong that the advanced sales team, which is a pretty amazing team that I've had the opportunity to work with over a decade, they can share with you these reference case studies. We're not here trying to promote a product that's not tried and tested, but that's one now that is growing and growing. You no longer have to take Lego blocks and go to a customer and say, this is how we want to solve it. And imagine this, you're no longer going to be able to tell a customer, MPLS is the way you're going to do connectivity. Cloud security doesn't work. These are all opportunities that you're going to receive today. And hopefully for the people that are viewing this live on Facebook through WePro, you have this opportunity to hear this as well as, obviously this is a new age, just like we're doing this live through social media, that you capture the true essence of what Kato is, which is simplifying your connectivity and your security. Now, let me talk a little bit about the man that's about to speak and what we are all here for, to listen to him. I've had the pleasure, opportunity, and honor of working for him and with him. It's been a pretty amazing journey, and the fact that I've been able to then take that lessons that I've learned, which are continuous as I learn what's important, I'm able to share it with my partners, my distributors, my customers. And in the last year or so, because I've been with Kato for a while, I've been able to help my channels evolve themselves from just back in the day trying to sell anti-spam. I mean, that's how fast time has gone. We have to evolve. We have to understand what customers are looking for. And I've learned these lessons from Shlomo. To me, he is my true teacher and someone that through him I've been able to help many organizations improve themselves, improve their offerings, and it's a journey that I hope never stops because it's so exciting. I want to be part of something that is truly spinning, and I've been able to work with Shlomo through that. I've seen as he guided Imperva through its amazing growth. I remember sitting here with Advance when we had no customers. I remember sitting here with Advance when we had no customers for Kato too. And we're growing that, we're spreading that, and that's only possible with a man that is as legendary as Shlomo Kramer is. And as amazing as he is with his intuition for the cybersecurity space, I feel he's a man that will come down to the ground to meet the partners, to meet the customers, and share those amazing ability for you to go. And I think that's important, because I always tell a customer or a partner, when you partner with someone, is that person your friend? Is that person your trusted advisor? Is that person telling you to buy something that's going to be there in the future? And I believe that Shlomo being here speaks volumes to the fact that he's going to share with you that the end of MPLS is near. It's whether you're getting on the boat now or you're going to wait for it. And without further ado, let me have the honor, privilege to introduce my boss, the Godfather, Shlomo Kramer.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. So I'll perhaps, and thanks, Tri, for the kind words. I'll talk a little bit about Kato today, but before Kato, perhaps we'll start with Kato is my third startup, right? And I want to start with my first startup, which was a Checkpoint, because Kato really goes back to the problem that Check Point tackled in the early 90s, right? And everybody knows today Check Point as one of the leading security companies. But in actuality, Check Point at its root was a networking and connectivity company, because it defined how organizations connect to the internet, how the perimeter is built, and it also defined how organization connects their various elements, their various locations through VPN, right? So it's basically the origin of the wide area network as an alternative to MPLS. Since Check Point started 25 years ago almost, I would say that these two connectivity challenges remained more or less solved by the same technology stacks, right? So basically network firewalls, appliances at the perimeter of the organization, and MPLS or IPVPN, point-to-point connecting the various locations of the organization, which have been great. And this is today a $70 billion market a year, so a huge market, 60 billion out of it for everybody here that, much like me, came from the security world. 60 billion of it is on the MPLS side. So the network is 5 times the size of the security. But over the last 10 years, major changes have happened, right? The traffic patterns of the organization have changed completely. So we're not talking anymore about static patterns going from the branch offices inward into the data center, into the Oracle or SAP applications in the data center, or from the remote location to a file server in the headquarters. Rather, we are talking about something much more dynamic and outward bound. So I'm sitting here in my hotel room in Hong Kong on my mobile device using some SaaS application managed by a third party, or consuming data on my AWS data center. It has nothing to do with the physical locations of the organization. And even if by chance that day I'm in the office, all of my traffic is directed outside of the organization. So the two technology stacks, the network appliance and the MPLS, are not a good solution for this new traffic pattern. So what happened over the last 5 to 10 years is that while in other areas of the enterprise we've seen tremendous innovation and adaptation to these new requirements. Think about the modern data center and how different it is than the old data center, with virtualization and automation and cloudification and deep analytics and elasticity. All of that did not happen in the wide area network, and we are still stuck with the same old stacks. And what happens is that organizations are paying the price. And the price is here, as you say in this slide, the price is complexity. And complexity means siloing, lack of automation, network incrementization, limited visibility, and one waste. And over the next, choose a number, 5, 7, 10 years, this has to change and will change. And we are seeing a tremendous movement and momentum to changes through a new wide area network architecture, re-architecting the wide area network. And this is why Kato was founded 3 years ago, in order to bring simplicity to the wide area network and offer a new architecture. And this is what we're all about: convergence of networking and security. Provide automation and abstraction so you are not reliant anymore on the physical layer. Provide deep analytics where you can see from a single console everything that happens on your network wherever it is in the world, whether it's a hotel room in Hong Kong, headquartered in New York, or a branch office in London. And finally, intent or elasticity. So a little bit about the foundation and heritage of Kato. Kato was founded by myself and Gur Schatz. Gur was the founder of another very successful cloud networking company called Incapsula. You might heard about Incapsula. It's today part of Imperva, my second startup. And it is a cloud network for DDoS protection, web application firewalls, and generally application delivery and security. And there really was the first time that we've introduced the concept of cloudifying the functions that were traditionally delivered in appliances. And you will see this is also the concept of Kato. We were founded 3 years ago, and we are very well funded, $70 million by leading VCs in the world like Greylock that invested in Facebook and Palo Alto. And today, a year and a half after we've started selling, we've got hundreds of enterprise customers in the world that use Kato for as their network. And we've got thousands of global locations, many thousands of mobile users, and we continue to scale aggressively. Last year, we've doubled booking every quarter, and we are seeing tremendous momentum behind our solution. So let me talk a little bit about the solution. The solution is a cloud network. So we've built a global network of POPs, points of presence, hosted in first-tier data centers such as Equinix and the likes, and interconnected with Tier 1 carrier links. So we interconnect them with IP transit that we buy from Tier 1 carriers, and all of these POPs run our software. That is an integrated network security and network security stack. So the entire network works together as a single cloud network carrying both the east-west traffic of an organization as well as the northbound traffic of the organization, and providing services not only of connectivity but also of WAN optimization and network security. So this network, really think about it like AWS for networking and security. If you are connected to the network, you get a slice of this network globally. So wherever you are in the world, and we've got POPs in 40 countries in the world, as you will see in a second, you just ramp up the network using existing equipment, so a VPN from an existing firewall, or we've got a Kato SD-WAN device that provides for last mile optimization, integration with existing MPLS networks, so you don't need to forklift and do very difficult transitions. The transition is very easy using the socket. We've got small applications on all mobile devices, laptops, etc., all operating system, so you can toggle into the network wherever you are in the world. And obviously, we connect to all the cloud data center very, very easily using both agentless and agent type of connections. So really, this is a full-blown platform to re-architect the network, because we have not only last-mile management like SD-WAN devices out there, but we also have the backbone to allow SLA-backed communication at a much reduced price than MPLS. So our customers get 5 to 10 times the capacity that they get at the MPLS using our backbone. But our backbone is not is a modern fabric, not only SLA-backed, but one that also offers full WAN optimization. So we are seeing 10 to 40 times acceleration of large file downloads in long haul communication. And our fabric provides for a full network security stack. So you don't need all these small boxes, firewall boxes, hundreds of them spread around in all these remote locations. We in the cloud provide a full network security stack, next generation firewall, secure web gateway, advanced threat prevention, anti-malware, IPS, network forensics, and all of that with unlimited capacity. So you don't need anymore to calculate what is the capacity of the UTM that I'm putting in this remote location. You buy some capacity today, and tomorrow if you need more, we have unlimited capacity in our cloud. So this is really both firewall as a service, SD-WAN, and a global SLA backbone, all integrated together, vertically integrated and available anywhere in the world. So here is our current POP map. You can see here, this is 39. We actually have already 40 POPs. And we are adding 2-3 POPs every quarter. We have the ability to do that because we are a software-defined network. If you open each and every one of our POP, you will not see any specialized hardware. The entire networking and network security capabilities are provided in software. So if I'm here at Hong Kong and I'm connecting to perhaps the headquarters in New York, I'll connect my mobile device to the Hong Kong POP, and from Hong Kong to New York, it will run on our backbone in an optimized way. Perhaps one day, route A through perhaps Frankfurt will be the optimized. Perhaps later on, the Amsterdam route will be better. Our network knows how to calculate that and how to provide that automatically. So this is really a breakthrough in building the wide area network. So when we come to customers and we are seeing, when we started this, we said, you know what, let's start with the mid-market. Let's start with organizations that have 1,000, 2,000 employees, because that's what we did with Imperva and with Incapsula. We started with medium-sized customers and slowly grew to large enterprise. What we are seeing today, by the way, and I'm sure that anyone out there in the market sees, that there's a tremendous momentum in the market. Every organization that you would talk with is either thinking, researching, or testing, or actually performing a wide area network re-architecture project. It's true that sometimes this is limited in scope. They are not going to replace their entire network at once. Sometimes they want just to augment their wider network. Sometimes they just want to extend their wider network to the mobile devices and cloud data centers that are not first-class citizens today on their wider network. But from a vision perspective, if you talk with any enterprise customer today, they are completely aligned around the fact that they want long-term to move to a software-defined wide area network. So what are the alternatives? What is the alternative today to the Kato platform for this organization? So first of all, today, the only SLA-backed long-haul fabric available is MPLS. So they have to have MPLS. Very expensive, very rigid. You need a new location, it can take months. You want bandwidth, it costs a lot. And in some places, it's extremely expensive. So what do? They need an edge SD-WAN solution, like a bypass surgery to their MPLS that allows them to run more capacity in parallel to the MPLS over the internet with no SLA, right? So it's not going to replace ever the MPLS, but at least it can get them capacity for the less important applications. But once they have this capacity at all these locations, so think about a retailer, right? 100 locations backhauled into the data center of MPLS. Suddenly I want more capacity, I need an internet leg, an internet tail in each one of these locations, an SD-WAN box in each one of these locations. But now I'm connected to the internet, so I need some sort of security, right? So I need a firewall as a service, some sort of a Blue Coat or Zscaler or something like that that controls the northbound traffic in these locations. But that will not secure my east-west traffic, so I still need a firewall. I need a small firewall in this location. So I'm stuck now with a solution with 4 products. And what about my cloud data centers? I need some special security there, right? Because my firewalls don't see the traffic to my SaaS applications and AWS data centers. They are appliances on-prem. So I need a CASB or something like that that secures these application. And finally, I need a way for the remote user, mobile users, to log into the network. So I need some sort of a remote access client VPN solution. So I'm stuck with 6 solutions from 6 different vendors, bundled with a lot of services. This is a very, very difficult and expensive alternative, while Kato provides all of that in a single platform, a single product that works out of the box. And we've got retailers that brought up 10 sites per week, and this is because there was only one person there. It's really zero touch and really easy to do. And you know, there are lots of proof points here. I don't know how familiar you are with a site called G2Crowd. G2Crowd is like Yelp for reviews for IT. So we've got 37 of our customers that went up there and talked about Kato. Very happy customers. You can see this is one example. They talk about the network value, the SD1 value, the security value, the fact that it converges. It gives them 10x the download, uploads over the MPLS course. So really hard coin ROI value for this solution. So I encourage you to go and look at this site for the other reviews. It's really great to read these reviews. So we talked about one transformation, and we talked about the fact that this is a platform, that Kato is really a platform that enables organizations completely to migrate to a new software-defined wide area network. But we see customers coming from 3 different directions. Some of them, and I'm going to give a concrete example for each one of these directions coming into the network. So the first one is security, right? So I used to have a private network. Somehow now at the stores, I need to get video feeds. I need to allow for guest network to go out to the internet. My POS is in the cloud. I need access to it. So I need security in that, and I don't want to put in Pet Lovers Center is a retailer in Southeast Asia. Didn't want to put 105 firewalls in each one of these stores. It's a hassle from a management perspective, and now with the fact that traffic is increasingly encrypted, I don't know if you know, but it's up to 70% of the traffic now is SSL encrypted. The little UTM boxes simply cannot provide the modern security stack in a cost-effective way on-prem. So what they chose is to go with Kato, and all they needed is just a small socket that it's like a cloud modem, tunnels the traffic to the nearby POP, and the POP has unlimited capacity and the most advanced network security stack out there with antivirus and anti-malware and a team of security experts that sits on the data lake that we see from the customers and research new attacks and pushes solutions immediately to everybody, so you're part of a global community that protects itself. So huge advantages from a security perspective. Very happy customers, and again, you can go also to our website under case studies. You would find, I think by now 12 case studies, and this is one of them. There are much more detail behind this implementation. The second is actually a very large enterprise. It's 28,000 employees in over 40 countries, an MPLS and an internet mix. So really this is a mainstream enterprise. It's construction, it's headquartered in Germany. Why did they come to Kato? The cost of global MPLS has been prohibitively expensive and did not allow them to grow to capacities that they need to drive their modern application and their digital transformation. It took them a long time to pop up a branch and provision it. And finally, they had more and more cloud assets that are not sitting well in an MPLS network. So we've basically replaced their entire MPLS network. We are now, I think it's 55 here sites. We are past the 60 sites worldwide. We've extended the wider, we not only replaced the existing wider network, we extended it to mobile users and cloud data center. We provided security everywhere. So this is really an example of completely mainstream enterprise advanced in its cycle of re-architecting the one. And I would say that this is the most typical driver. I know that security is kind of, for me at least, it was kind of the bread and butter for 25 years. But I would say that renewal of MPLS and the networking side is the main pain and the number one pain here. And also from a revenue perspective and deal size perspective, this is the, I would say 80% of the dollars in a deal is around the networking side, which is great. And the third and last example of drivers into this new wider network is a company called Edwall. In the US, it's a very well-known name. It's an online marketing company that claims to invented retargeting. Don't know how much it's true, but that's at least their claim to fame. And while they have 17 sites and they have many hundreds of thousands of employees, many hundreds of mobile users, their main driver had nothing to do with physical locations. Their main driver was that they have a lot of VPCs, they have a lot of cloud data centers, and they needed a better way for mobile users to connect to their cloud data centers. They've been backhauling traffic using VPN clients to some centralized firewall somewhere on the West Coast, but their users are distributed around the world, and it was very slow, and users were not happy. Obviously, connecting to our network, and we provide today strong authentications through Google Authentication, through Okta, through Duo, through Azure AD, and all sorts of methods. They have been able not only to get a very secure way of accessing remotely their cloud data center, but also from a performance perspective, their employees are much happier now with the solution. It gave tremendous boost to the performance. So these are my slides, and I want to stop here and see if there are any questions. And I'd love to have an open discussion around this subject of the wider network, security, networking, cloud, mobility.
It became standard practice. The perimeter dissolved, and the network's simple form was broken.
Managing this perimeterless network has forced IT teams to maintain multiple point solutions
and manage complex policies and unnatural topologies.
The simplicity of the past was replaced with great complexity. Cato Networks is rethinking networking and security from the ground up and bringing it to the cloud.
That's why Kato first reestablishes the network perimeter in the cloud, so the network is simple once again, and only then secures it. Let's take a closer look. Kato is made up of two parts. The Kato Cloud Network is an optimized encrypted network of POPs that span the entire globe, connecting all locations, cloud resources, and mobile users together. A simple network is also simpler to secure.
Kato offers a wide range of enterprise-grade network security services. These include next-generation firewall VPN, secure web gateway, advanced threat prevention, secure cloud and mobile access, network forensics,
Cato enforces a unified security policy across the network. Once upon a time, the network was simple. We had one network for all users and applications, with a clear perimeter. So securing this network was also simple. A firewall at the perimeter was all you needed. But then came globalization, cloud, mobility, and IoT. Applications, data, and servers began migrating to the cloud. Mobile access and BYOD became standard practice. The perimeter dissolved, and the network's simple form was broken.
Managing this perimeterless network has forced IT teams to maintain multiple point solutions
and manage complex policies and unnatural topologies.
The simplicity of the past was replaced with great complexity. Cato Networks is rethinking networking and security from the ground up and bringing it to the cloud.
That's why Cato first reestablishes the network perimeter in the cloud, so the network is simple once again, and only then secures it. Let's take a closer look. Cato is made up of two parts. The Cato Cloud Network is an optimized encrypted network of POPs that span the entire globe, connecting all locations, cloud resources, and mobile users together. A simple network is also simpler to secure.
Cato offers a wide range of enterprise-grade network security services. These include next-generation firewall VPN, secure web gateway, advanced threat prevention, secure cloud and mobile access, network forensics.
Cato enforces a unified security policy across the network. Once upon a time, the network was simple. We had one network for all users and applications, with a clear perimeter. So securing this network was also simple. A firewall at the perimeter was all you needed. But then came globalization, cloud, mobility, and IoT. Applications, data, and servers began migrating to the cloud. Mobile access and BYOD became standard practice. The perimeter dissolved, and the network's simple form was broken.
Managing this perimeterless network has forced IT teams to maintain multiple point solutions
and manage complex policies and unnatural topologies.
The simplicity of the past was replaced with great complexity. Cato Networks is rethinking networking and security from the ground up and bringing it to the cloud.
That's why Cato first reestablishes the network perimeter in the cloud, so the network is simple once again, and only then secures it. Let's take a closer look. Cato is made up of two parts. The Cato Cloud Network is an optimized encrypted network of POPs that span the entire globe, connecting all locations, cloud resources, and mobile users together. A simple network is also simpler to secure.
Kato offers a wide range of enterprise-grade network security services. These include next-generation firewall VPN, secure web gateway, advanced threat prevention, secure cloud and mobile access, network forensics.
Cato enforces a unified security policy